Microsoft Copilot is scanning your documents. Google's Gemini is reading your messages, all in the cloud. Apple Intelligence is analyzing your photos, mostly on your device, sure, but some data still routes through Apple's servers when you ask the harder questions. And obviously, all without asking you first. So your devices are quietly sending your data to AI companies, and you probably have no idea that this is happening, right? But here's the thing. You can turn most of this off. So stick with me and I'll show you exactly how. I've been testing privacy tools at Cloudwards for years, and during my testing over the last 2 weeks, I went through every cloud AI feature on Windows, Android, and iPhone to figure out what actually matters. Simple toggles for beginners, advanced tricks for power users. Let's take back control of our data, shall we? So what is actually going on here? Let me break it down for you. Cloud AI processing means your personal stuff, like documents, photos, messages, and search history, goes straight to company servers. The AI analyzes it. They say it's to improve your experience, and that may be true, but here is what they don't tell you. Some of these companies, Microsoft and Google in particular, use that data to train their AI algorithms. You're essentially subsidizing their AI development with your own files. And the worst part, most of these features are on by default. Microsoft pushes a Windows update. Boom. Copilot shows up on your taskbar. Apple releases iOS 18.3. Suddenly, Apple Intelligence is processing your photos. Google updates Android, and Gemini becomes your default assistant. So there is no real consent, just automatic enrollment in their AI services. But I have good news. During my testing over the last couple of weeks, I got noticeably better battery life and faster performance after killing Android system intelligence and Copilot's background processes, plus peace of mind of your data not being used without your consent. So quick shortcut before we dive into the toggles. Here at Cloudwards, we test cloud storage providers all year round. So for your file specifically, the documents and photos sitting in OneDrive, iCloud, or Google Drive, there's a probably simpler fix than chasing every AI setting. My suggestion is most of the time just move them to a cloud storage provider that doesn't scan your files with AI in the first place. Our top picks for privacy-first cloud storage services are linked in the description box below, and most of them use end-to-end encryption. So obviously the provider literally cannot read your files. That handles the file scanning piece in essentially one move. The on-device stuff like Copilot, Recall, Gemini, and Apple Intelligence reading your photos on the phone itself, well, they still need to be toggled with the guide below. All right, that's the file side handled essentially. Now let's lock down the on-device stuff, because that's where most of the AI features actually live. We're going through this in order. So we'll start with Windows, then Android, and then the iPhone. Simple toggles before we go nuclear for the power users, right? Okay, let's start with Copilot, which is becoming more embedded in Windows with every update. I've got 3 methods for you, and let me show you method 1. The basic Copilot removal, which is probably the simplest one. You right-click on Copilot icon in your taskbar like this, and you'll see a small menu pop up. Now, click Unpin from the taskbar, just like that, and for now, it's essentially gone from view. But here's the thing, that only hides it. The service is still running conveniently in the background. So let's actually kill it once and for all, right? Open Settings and head to Apps. Then click on Installed Apps right here. Now find Copilot in the list. And there it is. Click the 3 dots next to it, like I'm doing here, and then click Uninstall. Now, if that option is grayed out, yeah, that's Microsoft being Microsoft, but don't worry, we're going deeper with method 2. It's called WinToys, and this is what I actually recommend for most people. So you head to the Microsoft Store and search for WinToys, like so. It's free and it gives you surgical control over Windows. Open WinToys and click the apps section over on the left. You'll see a full list of every app installed on your device, including system apps like Windows normally likes to hide as well. Use the search bar at the top to find Copilot, and then you hit uninstall. Done, right? While you're here in WinToys, you can also uninstall Microsoft Edge. Now, this one's a bit of a hassle, and what those steps depend a little bit on like where you live, what country you live in, and let me show you. Head over to the Tweaks section in the left-hand menu, like I'm doing here, and then click on System. Now, look for a Digital Markets Act toggle on this page. If you're in the US or anywhere outside the EA, it'll be sitting here switched off. Flip it on like so, then reboot your machine. And that's what unlocks the Edge uninstall for you. If you're in the EEA, this toggle won't actually appear because DMA is already active for you by default. In that case, you can skip Windows entirely and head straight to Windows settings to remove Edge. And once you're back from the reboot, open the Windows settings and click Apps, then Installed Apps, and find Microsoft Edge in the list or use this search bar. And there it is. Now you'll see the uninstall button right here. Click it like so, and poof, Edge is gone. Okay, power users. Method 3 is for you, Group Policy and the Registry. And let me walk you through Group Policy path first. You press Windows plus R to bring up the run dialog, then type gpedit.msc. You'll see the small window appear, right? Now, we need to drill down through the tree on the left. Click User Configuration to expand it, then click Administrative Templates, and click Windows Components. Now find Windows Copilot in that list. Click on it like I'm doing here. Over in the right-hand pane, you'll see a policy called Turn Off Windows Copilot. Double-click it like so, and an edit dialog will pop up. You'll see like 3 radio buttons at the top, not configured, enabled, and disabled. So click Enabled right here, then click Apply, and then click on OK. Now let's talk about Windows Recall. If you've got a Copilot Plus PC, this one is pretty wild. The feature takes periodic screenshots of everything on your screen, your passwords, your bank statements, your embarrassing searches, yes, all of it. This pretty much needs to go, right? Type into regedit in the Windows search bar and open the Registry editor. Here's the path we need. First, expand HKey local machine by clicking the arrow next to it like this, then click on Software to open it up. Now expand Policies, then click Microsoft, then Windows, and we're now inside the Windows folder. You'll see the path right here at the top of the editor. To create a new key, just right-click anywhere in the right-hand pane, like I'm doing here, hover over New, and then select Key. A new key will appear ready to be named. Type, for example, something like Windows AI, like this, and hit Enter. Now click on the Windows AI key you just made, so it's essentially selected. We need to create the value inside it. Right-click it again in the right-hand pane like this, hover over New, and then select DWORD 32-bit value. You name it Disable AI Data Analysis, like so. Now double-click Disable Data Analysis to bring up the edit window, and you'll see this dialog appear. Set the value data field to 1 instead of 0, and then click OK. Boom. And just like that, Recall is dead. In my book, this is the single most important toggle in the entire video. And while we're in the registry, let's remove Bing from Windows Search. And this time we're heading into HKey Current User. Click the arrow next to HKey Current User to expand it like this. Then click on Software, and then expand Microsoft, then Windows, then Current Version, and finally click Search. Now look in the right-hand pane and you'll see a value called Bing Search Enabled right here. You can just double-click it to open the edit dialog. You set the value data to 0 instead of 1, and then you click OK. Now let's turn off Microsoft's data collection. And yes, even your search queries get sent to the cloud. You open Settings, click Privacy and Security, and then you click on Diagnostics and Feedback. You'll see this menu pop up. You set it to require diagnostic data only right here. And next, head back to Privacy and Security and click Recommendations and Offers. Now flip these 3 toggles off. Personalized offers, improve start and search results and recommendations and offers in settings. And finally, let's clean up your search history. Go to, very important, Settings, then Privacy and Security, then Search. You'll see the search history right here at the top. Click Clear Device Search History and toggle off Search History as well. Now find Show Search Highlights further down on this page and flip it off. A quick heads up, if you are in an EU country, this toggle may not appear at all. That feature is regionally disabled. So honestly, you've got nothing to do here. Now, if this is useful so far, I mean, a like always helps me making content like this. I know you're probably sick of YouTubers constantly interrupting their videos to ask for this, but it really does help. Okay, did you do it? All right. Thanks. Let's keep moving here in the tutorial. Google and Android. I'm coming for you next. Google's approach is kind of sneakier. They've buried AI into 3 core system apps that run constantly in the background: AI Core, Android System Intelligence, and Private Compute Services. Here's an important distinction though. These apps actually run on your device and not in the cloud. So disabling them isn't about blocking uploads to Google. It's about reclaiming battery life and freeing up background resources. And during my testing, I got consistently better battery life after turning these features off. So let's just do it, right? Open Settings and go to Apps and tap the 3 dots in the top right like this. You'll see like a menu appear. Select Show System Apps right here. And on some Samsung phones, you may need to tap See All Apps first and then look for the filter or the 3 dot icon. It's the same idea. It's just like a slightly different layout, but I think you'll find your way. Now, use the search bar to find AI Core. You tap it and you'll see the app info screen. You tap disable like so, and you might get a warning pop up. Yeah, of course. Ignore it and confirm. And to be honest, I've been running without these for months and I've had zero issues. Now, do the same for the Android System Intelligence and Private Compute Services. It's the same process each time. So you search, you tap it, you disable, you confirm the warning. Now let's completely remove Gemini, which actually does talk to Google servers. You open Settings and you go to Apps, you search for Gemini and then you tap it. You'll see either uninstall or disable as an option. You tap like whichever shows up like you can see on screen here. Now, here's the thing. Google made Gemini the default assistant. So you essentially need to override that too. So go to Settings, then Apps, and then Default Apps, and then tap Digital Assistant app. You probably won't see a none option, so just set it to Google Assistant instead. That's lighter than Gemini and won't trigger AI features when you long press on Home. So some phones also have a gesture that triggers Gemini, and the location depends on your manufacturer. I'm on a Pixel, so let me show you that path first. You go into Settings, then System, then Gestures, and look for the options tied to your digital assistant or home button hold. So you can flip it off like so. For the Samsung folks, I mean, for you, this lives in a completely different place. You head to Settings, then Display, then Navigation bar, and you'll find the same kind of toggle in there. Now, let's talk apps. I mean, Google bakes AI into Gmail, Messages, Camera, and the phone app, and we're going to clean each one out. So for Gmail, open the app and tap the 3-line menu icon in the top left like this. Tap Settings, and choose your account, then find Smart Features and Personalization further down. So flip this toggle off right here. And while you're in there, also disable Smart Compose and Smart Reply. And for messages, tap your profile picture, tap Messages, Settings, and turn off Suggestions and Smart Reply. Just flip both toggles right here like this. For camera, open the camera settings and disable Scene Optimizer along with any AI enhancement options you see. Some of these process images on your phone's chip, but others send photos to servers. Depends on what Android you have, what configuration you're using, but you know what they say, better safe than sorry. So let's turn off all of these. One more thing that's a pretty big one, Circle to Search. This sends whatever's on your screen to Google when you activate it. So let's turn it off. I'll go to Settings, search for Circle to Search, and flip the toggle off right here. And basically, don't worry. All of this is reversible if you should ever change your mind and you think that, okay, it benefits me more than it harms me. And if you want privacy guides and testing notes sent straight to your inbox, you can subscribe to the Cloudwards newsletter. The link is in the description box below. Let's do it on your iPhone. Apple enabled Apple Intelligence by default in iOS 18.3 without asking first, right? So go to Settings and tap Apple Intelligence and Siri. Quick heads up before we start flipping toggles, Apple Intelligence only runs on the iPhone 15 Pro, the 15 Pro Max, and the entire 16 and 17 series. So if you're on an older iPhone like 13 or 14, or even the standard iPhone 15, this menu does not show up. Like, don't have to do it, basically. The Apple Intelligence toggles, they won't appear at all. There's nothing to disable on those devices. For everyone else, you'll see a toggle at the very top right here. And if you flip it off to turn off Apple Intelligence entirely, and this kills the whole suite in one shot, just like that. Now, the ChatGPT integration. Apple added ChatGPT to Siri and never really highlighted it. Honestly, that opt-out is buried about 4 menus deep, which is exactly the kind of thing that drives me nuts. In that same menu, find ChatGPT further down, and you can actually tap it. And if you've never set this up, it'll just say it's off, right? Or it'll say just set up. And honestly, you don't really need to do anything. But if you want to lock it down so it can't be turned on later by you, by an iOS update, or by someone else borrowing your phone, there is a screen time trick that takes about 30 seconds, so stick with me. Head to Settings and then tap Screen Time, then Content and Privacy Restrictions. From there, tap Intelligence and Siri, then Intelligence Extensions, and set it to Don't Allow right here. And boom, ChatGPT integration is now fully blocked at system level. Siri Suggestions is the next one, and Apple handles this one differently from everything else. It lives per app. So tap Apps in that same Apple Intelligence Siri menu, and you'll see a full list of every app on your phone right here. So go through the apps you actually use and tap each one and flip Siri Suggestions off like I'm doing for this app here. And yes, it takes a few minutes. And honestly, this is Apple making you do extra work just to opt out of something they should never have opted you into the first place, right? But it's the only way to fully kill it. And here is one most people skip, and it's a real hidden danger. It's photo location tagging. Every photo you take has your exact GPS coordinates embedded in the metadata. Post that photo on Craigslist or send it to someone, and they can see exactly where you live, right? So let me show you how to fix it. Go to Settings, Privacy and Security, Location Services, and find Camera further down. You can simply tap it, and you'll see this menu appear. Now, set it to Never, like so. Your photos will still be great. They'll just stop tracking your every move. Now, let's stop all analytics sharing. Go to Settings, Privacy and Security, and find Analytics and Improvements further down. You'll see those toggles. You flip every one of them off, essentially, just like that. And Apple is collecting data about which apps you use, when, and where you are. So you would just disable all of them, essentially. You can also disable personalized advertising too. Just go back to the privacy and security settings like this, tap Apple Advertising, and turn off the personalized ads toggle right here. And one more thing about iCloud. Apple processes your iCloud photos through AI for facial recognition and scene detection. So if that bothers you, the cleanest move is to disable iCloud photos entirely. But if you'd rather keep iCloud photos, there's still something you can do, and let me walk you through it. Now, first, you gotta head to Settings, then Apps, and then Photos. So scroll further down on the screen and disable Enhanced Visual Search right here. That's the toggle that sends fingerprints of your photos to Apple servers to identify landmarks. Now, fair warning, iOS updates have obviously repeatedly re-enabled Apple Intelligence even after you've turned it off. And honestly, they'll probably keep doing it. And that's a no-no in my book, but it is what it is. So whenever you update your phone, you can check back to this video to just disable, again, all these settings. So how do you know these changes actually worked, right? On Windows, it's actually pretty easy. You open the Task Manager. The fastest way is Control-Shift-Escape, or you can right-click your taskbar and pick Task Manager from the menu. You click into the Processes tab right here and click the Name column header to sort alphabetically. It makes these way easier to spot, in my opinion. Now you can scan for mscopilot.exe for Copilot and msedge.exe for Edge. And if they're gone, I mean, you did everything right. On iOS, try using Siri or Apple Intelligence features. If they don't respond, the changes worked. If an update has flipped anything back on, go to Settings again, you tap the Apple Intelligence and Siri tab, and you review all the toggles again. On Android, go to Settings, Apps, and tap the three-dot menu and select Show System Apps. You search for each AI app like so, AI Core, Android System Intelligence, Private Compute Services. Confirm each one shows disabled right here under the app name. And you should also notice less background battery drain, faster app opening, and more available storage. So a lot of pros here, actually. Keep an eye out for signs that AI features have crept back in. So watch for unexpected battery drain, Copilot reappearing in your taskbar, or Gemini responding when you hold the home button. And that's your signal to go back into settings. And honestly, in my testing, some of these toggles silently re-enable themselves on Android updates too, so it pays to check every couple of months. Now, To reverse any of this, just reinstall the apps or re-enable the toggles. What's your experience with Cloud AI features? Have you turned any of these off, or do you actually find some of them useful? Let me know in the comments below. And if this helped you take back control of your device, hit subscribe, send this video to a friend so we can also do this for his devices or her devices. And we here cover privacy and security so you don't have to dig through forums yourself. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.